My mother gave my inheritance to my sister-in-law and said she considered her as a true daughter. And now that my sister-in-law ran away with her money, she asked me for forgiveness. My mom had this obsession with me becoming a doctor. Ever since I was 8 years old, she quiz me on body parts, make me watch medical dramas, and tell everyone at family gatherings that her daughter was going to be a surgeon. I told her 1,000 times I wanted to study computer science, but she always acted like I'd magically change my mind when college applications rolled around. When I actually enrolled in CS at State, she completely lost it, called me a disappointment, said I betrayed everything she sacrificed for, and threw my acceptance letter in the trash. She didn't talk to me for 2 months. At Thanksgiving that year, she introduced me to relatives as her daughter who works with computers, like I was some IT support person. Eventually, she seemed to move on, or so I thought. Then my brother started dating Amber. This girl straight up refused to even look at me at family dinners. She'd walk into a room, see me, and immediately turn around. When I asked my brother about it, he just shrugged and said, "That's how she is. Don't take it personally. Fine, whatever." But Amber was in her second year of medical school. The second my mom found out, it was like she found her replacement daughter. Suddenly, Amber's invited to every single family event, getting invited on girls' trips to wine country, and mom's driving 3 hours to watch her white coat ceremony. Meanwhile, I'm getting "sorry busy this weekend" texts whenever I suggest lunch. I started catching them talking trash about me. Once I overheard mom telling Amber, "You're so dedicated to your dreams, not like some people who gave up before they even tried." Another time, Amber laughed and said, "Honestly, I don't understand how anyone chooses coding over saving actual lives." Mom agreed. They didn't even notice me standing in the doorway. My brother proposed to Amber last spring. At their engagement party, mom gave this whole speech about how lucky she was to finally have a daughter who made her proud, who understood the value of service and sacrifice. I left early. My brother texted saying mom didn't mean it like that. Last month, my grandfather passed away. Grandpa Joe, my dad's dad. He was the only one who actually supported my CS degree, always asked about my projects, and bragged to his nursing home friends about his granddaughter, the programmer. He left me $180,000, all of it, for being his only grandkid who visited him every single week for 5 years, who brought him chocolate chip cookies. Mom called 2 days after the funeral, said she needed to talk about something important. She sat on my couch and explained that Amber was drowning in med school debt, over $200,000 already with 2 years left. Said I should split Grandpa's money with her, that Amber deserved it more because she was pursuing the dream I abandoned, the dream that would actually help people. She said Amber was basically her daughter now, and this is what families do. They support each other's real accomplishments. I laughed and hung up. She called back 6 times. I blocked her number. 3 weeks later, my brother calls at 2 a.m., absolutely sobbing. Amber had emptied their entire joint account, took out 3 credit cards in his name, maxed them all out, and disappeared. Withdrew $8,000 in cash. Her phone's disconnected. Her parents claim they don't know where she is. Turns out mom had already given Amber $50,000 of her own retirement money for med school expenses. Just handed her a check at a private lunch. Specifically told her not to mention it to my brother. Amber deposited it the same week she vanished. My brother found emails. Amber had been talking to some guy from her hometown for months, planning to drop out of med school and move to Portland with him. She was never taking the money seriously, just saw an opportunity. Yesterday, mom showed up at my apartment. My doorbell camera showed her standing there for 5 minutes, fixing her hair, wiping her eyes. When I opened the door, she looked smaller, older. She said she was so sorry, that she'd been cruel and blind and stupid, that she finally understood I was her real daughter, that I'd always been there. Then she asked if I could forgive her, and maybe help get some of that money back from Amber, since I'm good with computers and technology. I just stood there looking at her, and all I could think about was that engagement party speech, about finally having a daughter who made her proud. I said the exact same words she told me when I chose computer science over med school. I didn't think family was that important at the time. Then I closed the door. She knocked for 10 minutes, then sat outside my door crying for 20 more. I turned up my music and went back to coding. My brother keeps calling, saying mom's a mess, that I should be the bigger person, but I visited grandpa every week for 5 years while she couldn't be bothered. I think he'd understand exactly what I'm doing.